Hi there, I'm Riven. This time, I'll be sharing how to gather the special resource in Warframe, Kuba. If you have Kuba, you can craft equipment, or can draw Raven mod abilities. It won't be a bad idea to gather them. As you progress through Warframe quests, you will gain more ways to gather this resource. Therefore, this video contains a few spoilers, so be careful. First, let's head to the open world. In the 3 open world areas, Plains of Eidolon, Orb Valis, and Cambion Drift, you can challenge bounty missions. In some cases, you may get Kuba as a reward in bounty mission. However, bounties rewarded with Kuba will not appear without raising your mastery rank. First, use various equipment until it reaches rank 30 to earn experience. And let's clear the mastery rank tests. Once your master rank reaches 5 or higher, you can take on bounty missions in 3 types of open worlds to get Kuba. It is the first way you can try, but other ways are more efficient. It's better to proceed the quest honestly. Next, head to the quest called the Duviri Paradox. Here you will be heading to the world of Duviri, which is quite different from Warframe so far. Completing the quest here will allow you to enter the world of Duviri. There are 3 modes, but for now, let's head to the Lone Story or the Duviri experience. Defeating Dragon here will give you Tempatus Clumps, and these Tempatus Clumps can be exchanged at Acritis location in Duviri or Dormizone. Tempatus Clumps can be exchanged for 5000 Kuba. It is a relatively quick way to start, but the quantity is low, so it might be iffy. Next, let's clear the main quest, the War Within. Then, you can try the daily mission called Sortie. Completing these 3 missions from the Sortie tab will give you various rewards. Here's your chance to get some Kuba. Not sure if Kuba will be selected, so it's best to clear it every day. After clearing War Within, you can also challenge the Kuva Siphon and Kuva Flood missions. These missions are almost the same as normal missions, but they have additional gimmicks. As you progress through the mission, a machine marked with the Kuva icon, the Kuva Siphon, will appear. The siphon gathers the airborne Kuva using 4 cores. By stealing this Kuva, you can destroy the code. Destroy the 4 cores and clear the mission, you will get the Kuba. Now, let's look at how to steal the Kuba. Kuba is not always falling in the air. You must wait until Kuba approaches the siphon. When Kuba approaches, the cord connected to the siphon will point Kuba's direction. Look in the indicated direction and listen carefully. Then, you should see a cloud-like Kuba and hear a unique sound. Now, let's switch to operator mode here. On the PC, input 5. On PS4, press R1 and L1 at the same time. On Xbox, press RB and LB at the same time. In Nintendo Switch, pressing R and L at the same time. And you can become an operator. Then, aim the operator's attack with the firing button at the class. Or rapidly press the jump button to charge into the class with a void dash. Then, you can snatch the Kuba and destroy the code. Repeat this 4 times, and clearing the mission will give you the Kuba. With Kuva Siphons and Kuva Floods, you can gather Kuba using this method. The flood ones have a higher enemy levels, and you get a little more Kuba. In both cases, using Resource Booster and Resourceful Retriever increases the amount of Kuba you can get. I have explained how to get the Resourceful Retriever in the past. If you haven't got it yet, make sure to get it. And in Siphon, you have a 50% chance to get a Requiem Relic, while in Flood, you get one 100%. The Requiem Relic is needed to defeat the Kuva Lich, so it's great to have one. After gathering the Requiem Relic from Kuva Siphon or Kuva Flood, head to the Kuva Fisher mission. In Kuva Fisher missions in Kuva Fortress, you can open Requiem Relics. The way to open it is the same as the usual relic. Defeat the glowing enemies and collect 10 reactants. From the Requiem Relic, you can get Requiem mods for defeating Kuba Lich and Powerful Sisters. Additionally, you can also get Kuba as a reward. Once you've got all the Requiem mods, you should give it a try. For how to defeat Kuva Lich, I have already made a video about it, so please watch that. Next, complete the main quest up to the Chains of Harrow. Once you have done it, you can enter a place called Iron Wake on Earth. After entering, proceed the room at the back on the right. Then, access Paladino and speak to her. Here you can exchange Veiled Raven mods and Kuba every week. Riven Sliver are easier to get once enemies reaches level 40 or higher. Keep defeating enemies and don't forget to exchange them every week. The Riven Sliver can also be acquired from Requiem Relics. However, selecting Kuba or Requiem mods directly is likely more beneficial. Next, let's do the NightWave. Completing assigned tasks may give you cred. The cred you've acquired can be exchanged for various items here. Here, you can exchange 50 creds for 10,000 Kubas. You can also exchange working reactors and catalysts. Try it when you really need Kubas. Next, head to the survival mission at Kuva Fortress. Here you can farm Kuba directly. However, some preparation is required. First, gather Warframes like Necros, Korra, and Hydroid, as well as their corresponding augmentation mods. Warframe with these augmentation mods have the ability to get more items from enemies. Use Syndicate points, etc. and get these 3 augmentation mods. For more details, I have made a video. Necros augmentation mods are available from the parent sequence or Red Bear. Korra's mods require cooperation with Red Bear or Steel Meridian. Hydroid's augmentation needs New Loka or Cephalon Suda points. Earning points from Red Bear and New Loka makes them easier to get. After getting all the augmentation mods, be sure to pay attention to your weapons as well. Basically, any weapon is fine. However, do not use Alka Plasma and Ferox. When you defeat enemies with these weapons, their wreckage will vanish. Then, the Necros' ability won't active. When using Necros, avoid using these weapons. Both have Tenet versions, but do not choose them either. Once you are ready, head to the Kuva Fortress survival mission. Defeat enemies and proceed the location of the large capsule. Then, the Xmas and Kuva Guardians with marks should appear. Xmas is tough enemy with Overlord, but with firepower, there is nothing to fear. Kuva Guardian cannot be defeated as is. Switch to Operator mode and charge with Void Dash. Then, you can deal damage. Next, just defeat them normally, and it's okay. After defeating them, a red capsule will appear. Pick up the red capsule and take it to the large capsule. Then, a red capsule is set into a large capsule. Now, the large capsule has turned into a Kuva harvester, and defend the harvester until the timer reaches 0. While this harvester is running, the oxygen gauge will decrease. Therefore, Warframes like Necros, Korra, and Hydroid, who can increase the items obtained from enemies, are very effective. If you can hold on until the time comes, you will get Kuva. If it is destroyed along the way, you won't get the Kuva, so try hard to protect it. Basically, defeat the enemies and do not let them destroy the harvesters. Also, be careful of mines when triggering the harvester. Mines may be placed near locations where large capsules appear. At first, the mine is not switched on and cannot be destroyed. When Warframes or operators are detected by cameras placed in the fortress, the switch is on. If you approach it unnoticed, the mine will be exploded. Mines continue to deal damage to surrounding areas for a short time. This damage can easily damage the harvester. Luckily, if the switch is on, you can destroy the mines with a shooting weapon. If you find a mine, drop the red capsule and dare to expose yourself to the camera in the fortress. Switch on the mines and destroy them. Once destroyed, activate the harvester with the red capsule. Remember these tips will increase your success rate, so keep it in mind when dealing with mines. Exchange Sanch Magister from New Loka to increase your success rate even further. Within 15 meters of Harvester, hit enemies with this weapon's heavy melee attack. This will restore the Harvester's health. If you have New Loka points, be sure to get it. In this Kuva Survival mission, the Resource Booster and Resourceful Retriever effects increase the amount of Kuva you can get, so be sure to use Resourceful Retriever. For details on how to get it, please refer to our past videos. Next, let's clear the main quest called Veil Breaker. This will unlock the weekly mission to defeat the boss, Archon. Here you can get Archon Shard and additional rewards. One of the rewards is some Kuba. It is not guaranteed, but if you complete it every week, you will have a chance. And you can definitely get the Archon Shards, so be sure to do it every week. Next, let's head to the Arbitration mission. Here, let's defeat the Arbitration Shield drones. Occasionally, you can get Vitus Essence from this enemy. Then, visit the Arbiters of Hexes and exchange Essence. Here you can exchange 10,000 Kubas per 25 Essence. There is no limit to the number of exchange, and as long as you have Vitus Essence, so you can get a large quantity. However, there are some things that should be prioritized, like the adaptation, rolling guard, and Grendel missions beacons. Let's exchange them after getting the precious items. I have summarized the arbitration mission in a previous video, so please take a look at it for more details. Let's continue the main quest. Clearing the Angel of Zariman unlocks a new location, Zariman, and the Hold Fast Syndicate. You can exchange Kuba weekly from Yonta, the member of this syndicate. By offering her 5 Void Plume Pinions, you can get 35,000 Kubas. Void Plume Pinion can be gathered by defeating angels in Zariman, or from trade for Void Plumes. Collect Pinion with your preference. Next, let's proceed with the main quest. Complete the main quest up to the Hex. The mission in Hollvania and the back room will be unlocked. Weekly tasks are set on the computer in the back room, and completing tasks will be rewarded. You can also get upgrade items that are usually hard to get, and Archon Shards. Of course, Kuba might be available as a rewards. It's good to check every week what the rewards are. After logging in, check the computer in the back room, or you can check it on a computer on the ship. For more details about Hollvania, please refer to the video on how to get Site 09. Please take a look at that as well. Next, let's go to the SteelPath. To unlock it, you will need to clear nearly all the missions. However, Warframe has a huge number of missions and main quests to complete before reaching it. You might forget which missions on which planets you haven't finished yet. When that happens, visit Tessin at the relay. Enter the relay, open the gear menu, and fast travel to Tessin. Then access and talk to Tessin up there. The SteelPath option tells you which planets have missions to complete and your mastery rank, etc. This is perfect for setting goals in Warframe. Once you fulfill the requirements, the SteelPath mode will be unlocked at Tessin's place. On the SteelPath, you will be attacked by assassins called Acolytes. Defeating them will give you Steel Essence. Essence can be exchanged for various items every week at Tessin's place in Relay. What you can exchange for it is different every week. Here you can use Essence to get a new Kuba every week. You can get 10,000 Kuba from 15 Essence. However, you can only exchange it up to 25 times per week. Using 375 Essence will give you up to 150,000 Kubas. When the next week comes, you will be able to exchange it 25 times again. And occasionally, you can exchange 55 Essence for 50,000 Kuba. This is more efficient than the weekly exchange rate. Keep eyes on the weekly rotating exchange items too. And let's go to the SteelPath circuit. Once the SteelPath is unlocked, the circuit will also have the SteelPath mode. Here you can choose your reward first. You can get Incarnate Genesis, mainly used to evolve weapons. Of course, You can also choose Kuba as your reward. If you are seeking Kuba, you may choose it. For more details about the Steel Circuit, I have summarized it in the past video. Please refer to that for more info. This is an overview of how to gather Kuba, a precious resource in Warframe. Thank you very much for watching. If you need more Warframe videos, please subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.